Again, there's a big party about that. We've got a correspondent there. We'll take it there. But for now, we're going to talk to Stelios Kouloglou, MEP and election observer. Thank you, sir, for coming to our studio tonight and coming to Russia to check out what's been happening here. You're the second observer we've spoken to from Europe tonight. First obvious question then is, as far as you see it, how was this vote? Did you say anything untoward? Was it all going as it should?
Oh yes, it did. I was in Moscow, so everything went okay. There are reports there have been some vote stuff in somewhere, but it is investigated. But I guess in Moscow everything went okay.
Yeah, it seems to be minor, I suppose. I mean, obviously none of it should happen at all, but when you consider the scale of this huge vote, the scale of the size of this country, and then you can, we saw some footage earlier on. Apparently there was one ballot box that had some papers in, but the electronic cameras that have been installed caught that, and it was dealt null and void. Now, yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Any big shockers so far? Are you surprised by the results?
No, there was no surprise. Everybody's expected President Putin will be re-elected. Well, I think he got his two goals. It looks like he will get more than 70%, but we have to wait for the final results because now they're coming from the provinces, and also the participation was quite high. I think now Mr. Putin managed, to modernize the big cities of Russia and to stabilize the country after a tremendous period. Now I think it's time for improving the life of the people and also democratization of Russia.
All right, we heard earlier on Stelios Kouloglou. Of course, she was the opposition here, hoping to engage the young, the disaffected, the people that had a problem with the way that Russia was being run, people that basically didn't like their lot. You would have thought, because you often hear a fair bit of moaning, especially from abroad, but, everyone's got a right to their own opinion. You would have thought that maybe she would have got more than it seems less than 2% tonight. She's a young woman, well-known on television, well-connected. She didn't seem to click with the voters. Are you surprised at that?
A little bit. Yes, but we have to wait and see, because I think her electoral base is mainly concentrated in St. Petersburg and also in Moscow. Right. So I think at the end she will. But I was expecting a better result. I know Mr. Sobchak for the years of Perestroika. He was a very nice person, and I'm pretty sure that his daughter is going to do well in the future.
Well, while we're talking about the various candidates, Pavel Grudinin from the Communist Party was due to come in second, although it's way back from Mr. Putin. It seems to have come in around about the 14% mark. You're going to hear this the first time as I am, but I know you've got your earpiece in. He spoke earlier on. He's not very happy, like Stelios Kouloglou tonight, about the way the vote went. He says the election was unfair. Let's listen to him and we'll come straight back. Here he is. This is Pavel Grudinin from the Communist Party.
It's obvious that the vote count and the whole election procedure was not fair. When all the votes will be counted, we'll make a decision. One thing is clear, despite all the dirt that's being thrown about, we passed this election with dignity. I want to thank all the people who voted for our programme. I hope that the person who will win will make the relevant conclusions. We need to change the economic and political situation in our country and turn to the left.
Well, I really don't know what you can make of that. Kind of cryptic, didn't really say anything, said it was unfair, but didn't say why he thought it was unfair. So unless you're a mind reader, I don't know what your answer is to that one. Why might he potentially think that his result was unfair, considering he was predicted to come in the Communist Party in second and around about at that level?
Well, I think he got not a bad result, but every politician has the right to complain if he loses elections, so that's the point here. I cannot see any kind of unfair treatment against especially the Communist Party. Probably Navalny could be permitted to participate. There was this legal question, but for him and the Communist Party, I don't think it has been a very. I could not understand. I could not hear anything concrete.
Maybe you'll give us some more details about that. Stelios, we've got to leave it now. Stelios Kouloglou, MEP election advisor. Thank you ever so much for coming in and voting those elections. I'm glad what you saw went okay, in line with our earlier MEP that came in, Janice, earlier on as well, said similar thing from the UK. We're leaving you because it's come up to 11 o'clock here in Moscow. We're going to get on with our programme. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so where are we then?
Well, Russia's central election.